Today is Wednesday, September 18th. Good morning from the Civic Media News Desk. I'm Joanne Krulotz. Richland County Board Chair Dave Turk began last night's board meeting by explaining the reason for the public comment being off of the night's agenda. While some people expressed their displeasure, it soon got quiet when he expressed his feelings and explained that there will be a special meeting next Tuesday.
That was my decision as chair. We have a lot of work to get done tonight, and I want us to be able to complete that work. With that said, I fully understand and appreciate that we have much to discuss as a county board and honestly as a community. I've seen and heard some terrible accusations, innuendos, misinformation, and in some cases flat-out lies being spread throughout our community about people associated with our county government. And this is outright hurtful. While community questions are welcomed, and I'm happy to have face-to-face discussions with anybody and everybody that has an interest in Richland County government, the rumor mongering which has gone on is not who we are. That's not how Richland County does business. That's not how we want to treat one another. We're better than that. When we have disagreements, we address them with each other and figure out the best way forward. That's not what's happening now, though. The online discussions I've seen are just disgusting, and this has to stop.
The special meeting will be your opportunity to discuss your concerns facing the county.
In an effort to move this conversation back in the direction of who we want and need to be as Richland County, I have called a special county board meeting for next Tuesday, September 24th at 6 p.m. The agenda for the meeting will only consist of a couple of things. First, a discussion with attorney Andy Phillips and the Wisconsin Counties Association about roles and responsibilities in county government. This is a discussion Mr. Phillips has had with dozens of counties over the past few years and provides the foundation for our work as a county board. Second thing will be a sharing of information from the county perspective, followed by open question and answer time with the citizens of Richland County. We will not take any official action surrounding any particular topic at this meeting, but it's an opportunity for anybody and everybody to ask questions about topics we know people are discussing in the community, like Pine Valley, the unfortunate cybersecurity incident, our ambulance service, or anything else our citizens want to discuss. In other words, it's that opportunity to have those face-to-face discussions that are so important to getting things done.
You are encouraged to attend the special meeting next Tuesday, September 24th at 6. County Administrator Candace Pesch also encourages anyone who has questions about the cybersecurity incident to call her. In other business last night, Angie Wall, interim administrator at Pine Valley Community Village, reported that things are going well. People can be assured that they are not understaffed and residents are getting their necessary care. She added that they are currently overstaffed for the number of residents they currently have. She also reiterated that no one will lose their job being overstaffed. In fact, they currently hired additional CNAs, so they are prepared when the census increases. Candace Pesch shared a financial plan which includes Pine Valley paying $725,000 toward the annual budget, which she adds would eventually make Pine Valley solvent, and that there is no plan to sell Pine Valley. Candace Pesch also presented the proposed 2025 budget for the county. It includes an increase in investment income of $150,000, a 5% wage pool to offset a wage study being integrated into the current budget, a reduction in short-term borrowing for capital improvement projects of $408,800, and short-term borrowing done with a local bank, saving approximately $20,000 in bonding fees. It also includes expenses of general administration, public safety, transportation, highway, culture, public areas, special education, county planning, county development, debt service, and capital projects. The 2025 proposed budget is balanced at $42.5 million. The 2025 debt payment summary is $3.3 million. The debt payments include general at $937,000, Pine Valley at $1.4 million, the radio tower at $321,000, and short-term borrowing at $613,000. This proposed budget does not include an additional patrolman position being requested by Sheriff Clay Porter, which would allow the department to use the addition for court security Monday through Friday. The additional cost would be around $36,000. The board gave the administration direction power to continue to work on the budget with the additional patrolman added. In action items concerning the budget, the Richland County Board of Supervisors authorized to borrow an amount not to exceed $601,200 for capital improvements. The Department of Health and Human Services was approved to apply for and accept a treatment alternatives and diversion grant administered by the Wisconsin Department of Justice, Department of Corrections, and Department of Health Services in the amount of $177,300. The grant requires a $43,300 county match, up to $28,500 of which will be a cash match. The matching funds have been budgeted for. And to apply for and accept a Coordinated Services Team Initiative grant administered by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services in the amount of $15,000. The grant requires a $3,000 county match. A motion to renew a contract with Abt Swain Law, LLC for Corporation Counsel saw a mix of options, but was approved on a 13-6 vote. It continues at fee rates of $125 per hour for attorneys and $75 per hour for legal assistants through December 31st, at which point rates will rise to $150 per hour for attorneys and $80 per hour for legal assistants. And to designate the Executive and Finance Standing Committee as the interim ethics board was discussed, wondering whether it would add too much responsibility to an already busy committee. A motion was made to make the Zoning and Natural Resources Committee the interim ethics board. That motion failed 15-3. The original motion then passed with a sunset date of March 17th, 2025, for the Executive and Finance Standing Committee to serve as the interim ethics board, 15-3 with one abstention. The Wisconsin Elections Commission says between August 27th and September 10th, the day of the presidential debate, the average number of new daily voter registrations in Wisconsin was just over 2,100. For September 11th and 12th, the average was close to 8,000. The number of new daily registrations does not just count first-time voters. It also includes voters who have re-registered after moving. J.D. Vance is once again campaigning in Wisconsin. The Republican vice presidential candidate made another campaign stop in Wisconsin, and once again, he chose Eau Claire. During the stop, Vance focused on border security, the economy, and getting people out to vote. This was Vance's second campaign stop in Eau Claire, his first being August 7th, the same day that Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz were in the city. Vice President Kamala Harris returns to Wisconsin Friday with a campaign stop in Madison. Democratic U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin stresses the importance of protecting access to in vitro fertilization on the same day U.S. Senate Republicans blocked a bill establishing a nationwide right to IVF. Baldwin says Americans' rights to IVF and other reproductive care is still in jeopardy. Baldwin says for those who desperately want to start or grow their families, IVF is a lifeline that helps them make their dreams a reality. Baldwin's challenger for Senate Republican Eric Hovde also came out in support of IVF procedures in February. Wisconsin's infrastructure ranks among the best in the nation, but the letter grade in a new report from the American Society of Civil Engineers is not an A. During a Tuesday press conference at the Capitol in Madison, Zoe Myers with Dane County-based JT Engineering said Wisconsin received a C+. That's a one-step improvement over the 2020 Wisconsin grade report card and a two-step higher increase over the 2021 National Report Card. Wisconsin is one of only 3 states with the grade of a C+, and it's currently the highest cumulative GPA grade a state has received. The report card evaluates 17 infrastructure categories. Ken Micah, director of the ASCE, Wisconsin Society, said that includes broadband, which is now running many critical infrastructure systems such as streetlights, wastewater systems, and drinking water systems. The report card evaluates 17 infrastructure categories. Railways and ports were among the highest scoring in the state, while transit and wastewater scored lowest, each with a D+. The CDC says Wisconsin is showing high levels of COVID-19 viral activity in wastewater as COVID hospitalizations and cases are increasing. The Wisconsin DHS encourages residents to get vaccinated for COVID-19, the flu, and RSV. The DHS says respiratory viruses, these may cause mild sickness for some, but can be dangerous, even deadly for older adults, infants, and those with underlying health risk. Rural Life Day will be held today at the Randy and Shelley Schmidt and Ryan and Chrissy Schmidt farm in rural Lone Rock. Those attending Rural Life Day will be gathering to praise God for providing an abundant food source and to honor the farmer, the steward of these resources. The event will begin at 10 this morning, featuring a mass, followed by lunch and farm tours. Recognition of Century Farms, Outstanding Farm Family, and Friends of Rural Life will also take place. The Randy and Shelley Schmidt and Ryan and Chrissy Schmidt farm is located at 29281 Fairview Road, Lone Rock. All are welcome to attend.